Hey friend, let's pause for a moment and talk about something that quietly shapes every single part of your life, your brain. You only have one. It works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without ever asking for a break. It helps you think, feel, dream, create, remember, and live. And yet, most of us spend more time worrying about the health of our bodies, the number in our bank accounts, or the glow of our skin than we do about the very organ that makes us who we are. But here's the truth. Just like your body, your brain needs daily care. It needs exercise, nourishment, rest, and love. Because when your brain is healthy and young, the rest of your life becomes sharper, richer, and more alive. Neuroscientists have a beautiful word for the brain's ability to change and grow: neuroplasticity. It means that your brain is not fixed. No matter your age, it can create new connections, strengthen old ones, and even repair damage if you give it the right environment. William James, often called the father of modern psychology, once said, "The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. Your mind can be trained. Your thoughts can be guided. And your brain can stay young." In this journey, I want to share with you 14 science-backed, heart-centered ways to keep your brain young, organized into 4 simple steps. They are not complicated. You don't need expensive equipment or secret formulas. What you need is the willingness to show up for your brain each day, with small actions that make a big difference. Let's begin with Step 1. Daily habits that build a strong foundation for your brain. Step 1. Build daily habits that boost brain health. Tip 1. Move your body, grow your mind. Exercise is often praised for its effect on the heart, the lungs, or the waistline. But did you know it is one of the most powerful tools for your brain? When you move, whether you're walking, running, dancing, or just stretching in your living room, you increase blood flow to your brain. That blood carries oxygen and nutrients, feeding your neurons like fresh water to thirsty roots. More importantly, movement triggers the release of a protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Scientists call it fertilizer for the brain. It helps your brain grow new cells, form new pathways, and protect the old ones from dying too soon. A Harvard study found that just 30 minutes of brisk walking a day can significantly lower the risk of memory loss and cognitive decline. Imagine that something as simple as walking around your neighborhood could be one of the best anti-aging secrets for your mind. So the next time you feel tired, stuck, or foggy, don't reach for another cup of coffee. Move your body. Take a walk, do a few squats, put on a song and dance like no one is watching. Because every step you take is a gift to your brain. As the saying goes, if you take care of your body will take care of your mind. Tip 2. Feed your brain the right fuel. You've heard the phrase, "You are what you eat." Well, your brain is no exception. In fact, even though it only weighs about 2% of your body, it consumes nearly 20% of your energy. That means the quality of the food you eat directly affects the sharpness of your mind. Here's what science tells us. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish like salmon, sardines, or plant sources like flax seeds, are crucial for building and protecting brain cells. Antioxidants in blueberries, strawberries, and leafy greens help fight inflammation and protect your neurons from damage. Healthy fats like avocado and olive oil give your brain long-lasting energy. And yes, dark chocolate in moderation can improve blood flow to the brain and boost mood. At the same time, processed foods and excess sugar may give you a quick spike of energy, but over time, they drain your brain, leaving you sluggish and unfocused. And let's not forget water. Your brain is made up of about 75% water. Even mild dehydration can affect focus, memory, and mood. So before you grab another soda or coffee, ask yourself, have I given my brain enough pure water today? Think of it this way. You're not just feeding your stomach, you're feeding your future. Tip 3. Sleep. The silent superpower. If sleep came in a pill, it would be the most expensive, most desired brain supplement in the world. People would pay any price for it. The good news? It's free. You just need to honor it. When you sleep, your brain is not shutting down. It's going into high gear. It washes away toxins, organizes memories, repairs connections, and strengthens learning. That's why after a good night's sleep, problems seem easier to solve and life feels clearer. Dr. Matthew Walker, author of Why We Sleep, said it plainly: the shorter your sleep, the shorter your life. Studies show that adults who consistently sleep 7-9 hours a night have sharper memory, better mood, and a much lower risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. On the other hand, chronic sleep deprivation accelerates brain aging and damages your ability to focus, remember, and regulate emotions. So what can you do? Turn off screens at least 1 hour before bed. The blue light tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Keep your room dark, cool, and quiet. Stick to a regular schedule, even on weekends. Avoid caffeine and heavy meals before sleep. Think of sleep as your brain's personal spa night. Every hour you give it is like charging a battery, polishing a gem, or refreshing a canvas for tomorrow's masterpiece. Tip 4. Keep learning, keep growing. Your brain is not like a machine that rusts with age. It's more like a garden, and the more you plant, water, and care for it, the more it grows. Learning something new, anything literally, rewires your brain. It builds new connections, strengthens old ones, and keeps your mind flexible. The process is called neurogenesis. It doesn't matter if you're learning a new language, picking up a musical instrument, trying a new recipe, or reading about history or space. Each act of curiosity is a spark that keeps your mind alive. Albert Einstein once said, "Once you stop learning, you start dying." The key is not to be the best. The key is to stay curious, to keep your brain in motion. Even 10 minutes a day of learning something new can keep your brain fresh, young, and full of wonder. So ask yourself, what's one thing you've always wanted to try but never have? Today could be the day you begin. Tip 5. Talk, laugh, connect. Let's be real. We were not designed to live in isolation. Connection is not just an emotional need, it's brain medicine. Every time you talk with someone, laugh together, share stories, or even debate respectfully, your brain lights up. It uses memory, vocabulary, emotion, creativity, and empathy all at once. It's like a full workout for your mind. Research shows that people with strong social relationships have better memory, lower stress, and slower cognitive decline as they age. They're also less likely to suffer from depression and loneliness, two of the biggest enemies of brain health. And here's the beautiful part. It doesn't require a big crowd or dramatic events. A phone call to an old friend, dinner with your family without phones on the table, a short walk with a neighbor, even a smile or kind word to a stranger. All of these tiny moments keep your brain alive. And let's not forget laughter. Laughter lowers stress hormones, boosts mood, and releases dopamine, the brain's natural feel-good chemical. As Charlie Chaplin said, "A day without laughter is a day wasted." So don't underestimate the power of small conversations and big laughter. They don't just feed your soul, they keep your brain young. Step 2. Build stronger connections. In Step 1, we talked about how daily habits like movement, nutrition, sleep, learning, and laughter can shape a younger, healthier brain. Now, let's dive deeper into something that is often overlooked, but just as important: the power of human connection. Your brain doesn't just thrive on vitamins, oxygen, and rest. It thrives on relationships. Social bonds are not optional accessories to a good life. They are vital nutrients for your mind. In fact, a landmark study from Harvard, one of the longest-running studies on human happiness, found that the quality of our relationships is the strongest predictor of both health and longevity. Not money, not fame, not even career success, relationships. So, how do we build stronger connections that protect and nourish our brains? Let's explore. Tip 6. Talk more, text less. We live in a world of short messages, emojis, and quick thumbs up. Texting is convenient, yes, but it cannot replace the richness of real conversation. When you speak face-to-face, or even voice-to-voice, your brain engages in a full symphony of processes, listening, recalling, forming sentences, adjusting tone, interpreting facial expressions, and even reading between the lines. It's a workout that scrolling social media can never give you. Research from Stanford University shows that real-time conversations improve memory and cognitive flexibility more than any other type of interaction. In contrast, shallow digital exchanges often leave us disconnected, lonely, and mentally understimulated. So the next time you want to connect, resist the urge to just send a quick text. Pick up the phone, meet someone for coffee, ask real questions, and listen with your full attention. You'll notice how alive your brain feels afterward. As Maya Angelou beautifully said, "People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Conversations create feelings, and feelings last. Tip 7. Spend time with people who make you think. Let's be honest. Not all company is good company. Some conversations lift us higher, while others drain us dry. Have you noticed how, after spending time with certain people, you feel inspired, curious, and alive, while with others you feel stuck or even smaller than before? That's not just mood. That's your brain responding. Your mind is hungry for challenge, the kind that excites, not exhausts. When you surround yourself with thinkers, dreamers, and people who ask deep questions, your brain is forced to grow. These interactions spark new connections in your mind, sharpening memory, boosting creativity, and strengthening mental agility. Science backs this up. A study from the University of Michigan showed that engaging in deep conversations can improve problem-solving skills and memory recall. It's like stretching your brain into new shapes. This doesn't mean you need to cut out everyone who's negative or shallow, but it does mean being intentional about who gets the best of your time. Spend more time with people who challenge you with curiosity, who encourage growth, who bring fresh perspectives. Healthy debates, respectful disagreements, and shared explorations of ideas. All of these light up your brain in ways gossip and complaining never will. Remember, you become like the people you spend time with, and your brain does too. So ask yourself, who makes you think bigger? Who stretches your imagination? Who leaves you feeling alive inside? Spend more time with those people. Your brain will thank you. Tip 8. Be part of a group, club, or community. Even the shyest among us have a basic need for belonging. Isolation is not only lonely, it's dangerous. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness is as harmful to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's how deeply our brains and bodies crave connection. Being part of a group, a book club, a walking group, a choir, a church, a volunteer team, or even an online learning community gives structure to your social life. It challenges your brain to remember names, faces, stories, and schedules. It invites you to adapt, respond, and contribute. Each interaction is a mini workout for your neurons. One long-term study published in The Lancet concluded that people who remain socially active in midlife and later years have a significantly reduced risk of dementia. In other words, community protects your mind. And it doesn't need to be a big group. Even a small circle of like-minded souls who meet regularly can provide the spark of belonging your brain craves. So, If you're not part of a community yet, find one. Step into spaces where you can meet, share, and grow. Because your brain isn't just wired for survival, it's wired for connection. Tip 9. Practice empathy and deep listening. Most people listen to reply. Very few listen to understand. But your brain blossoms when you choose to listen deeply. Deep listening means putting your phone down, making eye contact, asking thoughtful questions, and giving someone your full attention not just to their words, but to their emotions. This kind of listening forces your brain to pick up on tone, body language, facial expressions, and subtle cues. It strengthens focus, memory, and emotional intelligence. And then there's empathy. To truly step into someone else's shoes is not just a moral act, it's a neurological workout. Brain scans show that empathy activates multiple areas of the brain, including those linked to creativity and memory. By imagining another's perspective, your brain literally grows. Empathy also builds trust. When people feel seen and heard, they open up, they connect more deeply, and those bonds protect your brain against stress, anxiety, and loneliness. As the Dalai Lama once said, love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Empathy and listening are not soft skills. They are brain skills. They are survival tools, and they are the secret to building stronger, younger minds. Step 3. Build powerful brain habits that stick. So far, we've talked about daily actions to keep your brain healthy and the importance of building strong connections. But here's the next step: turning these ideas into lasting habits. Because let's be real, knowledge is not enough. We all know we should sleep more, exercise more, or spend less time scrolling on our phones. But unless we create habits that stick, those good intentions disappear like smoke. The beauty of habits is that they free your brain from constant decision-making. They rewire your mind so that healthy actions become automatic, effortless, almost natural. And the right habits don't just change your days, they reshape your future. Let's explore 4 powerful brain habits that, once built, will keep your mind sharper, happier, and more resilient for years to come. Tip 10. Practice gratitude every morning. Picture this. You wake up, grab your phone, scroll through social media, and suddenly your brain is flooded with stress, bad news, comparison, notifications, a dozen little fires waiting for you. Now imagine a different start. Before touching your phone, you pause, breathe, and whisper 3 things you're grateful for. Maybe it's your morning coffee, the comfort of your bed, the sound of birds outside, or simply the fact that you've been given another day to live. That small shift rewires your brain. Neuroscientists have found that practicing gratitude activates the brain's dopamine and serotonin pathways, the same chemicals that antidepressants target. Gratitude literally makes your brain happier. A study from UC Davis showed that people who kept a daily gratitude journal had better memory, stronger immune systems, and lower stress levels than those who didn't. Gratitude even slows down brain aging by reducing the toxic effects of chronic stress. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Each morning, write down or say out loud 3 things you're thankful for. Big or small, it doesn't matter. What matters is consistency. Because gratitude isn't just good for the soul, it's nourishment for the brain. Tip 11. Use brain breaks to recharge. Most of us believe that the harder we push, the more productive we'll be. But the brain is not designed to run at full throttle for hours without pause. When you work non-stop, your attention drops, your focus fades, and your memory weakens. That's why one of the smartest things you can do for your brain is stop. Researchers call them brain breaks, short pauses that let your mind reset. It could be a 5-minute walk, a stretch, A moment of deep breathing, or simply gazing out the window and letting your thoughts wander. A study published in Cognition found that people who took brief mental breaks during long tasks performed significantly better and remembered more than those who worked straight through. Here's the rule of thumb. Every 60 to 90 minutes, give your brain a pause. Step away from the screen, take a breath, move your body. This isn't laziness, it's strategy. It's like sharpening your axe before cutting down a tree. As Stephen Covey said, sharpen the saw. When you allow your brain to rest, it comes back stronger, more focused, more creative, more alive. Tip 12. Try mind games, not mindless games. Games are fun, but not all games are created equal. Scrolling endlessly or playing repetitive mindless apps may entertain you, but they don't challenge your brain. If you want to keep your mind young, choose games that stretch your mental muscles. Think Sudoku, crossword puzzles, chess, strategy games, memory apps, or even language learning games. These activities boost memory, sharpen focus, and improve problem solving. A study from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that older adults who regularly played mentally challenging games had slower rates of cognitive decline compared to those who didn't. And the best part? You don't need hours. Just 10-15 minutes a day of focused brain games can make a measurable difference over time. Think of it like exercise. Just as lifting weights strengthens muscles, brain games strengthen neural pathways. So the next time you reach for your phone to kill time, ask yourself, will this game drain my brain or train my brain? Choose wisely. Step 4. Stay curious and keep learning. We've come to the final step. You've learned how to nourish your brain with movement, food, and sleep. You've discovered the power of connection and the importance of habits. Now it's time to embrace the most powerful mindset of all, lifelong curiosity. The truth is, your brain is not a fixed machine that wears down with age. It's a living, breathing network of billions of cells, capable of growth and renewal until your very last breath. The secret to keeping it young? Keep feeding it with new experiences, fresh skills, and exciting challenges. Think of your brain like a plant. If you water it with new ideas, it grows. If you leave it in the dark, it wilts. Curiosity is the water. Learning is the sunlight. Together, they keep your mind alive. Let's explore the final 2 tips. Tip 13. Learn something new, no matter your age. Have you ever told yourself, I'm too old to start now? Maybe you've thought that learning a language, picking up an instrument, or trying a new skill is only for the young. But science tells us the opposite. Your brain is wired for neuroplasticity, its ability to form new connections at any age. In fact, challenging yourself with something completely new is one of the best ways to keep your brain flexible and sharp. A study from the University of Texas found that older adults who learned a new skill, like digital photography or quilting, showed significant improvements in memory and mental agility compared to those who only engaged in familiar, passive activities. So, what can you learn? The possibilities are endless. A new language, even if it's just a few words a day. A musical instrument, even if you never play on stage. Cooking a dish from a culture you've never tried. Coding, photography, painting, gardening, chess, anything that excites you. The key isn't mastery, it's novelty. It's giving your brain something fresh to chew on, something that stretches you out of your comfort zone. Albert Einstein once said, once you stop learning, you start dying. So don't wait. Start today. Pick one small skill and let curiosity lead the way. Your brain will grow younger with every step you take. Tip 14. Teach what you learn to others. Here's something many people don't realize. When you teach others, you strengthen your own brain. This is known as the protege effect. When you explain an idea to someone else, your brain has to organize the information, recall details, and communicate clearly. This process deepens your own understanding and builds stronger memory pathways. Imagine this. You learn a new recipe. You could just cook it once and move on. Or you could teach it to a friend. By explaining each step, you not only help them, but you also lock the knowledge more firmly into your own mind. It works with anything: languages, hobbies, life lessons. When you share, you grow. Studies from Washington University found that students who taught material to others remembered it far better than those who only studied alone. Teaching is learning, multiplied. And it doesn't have to be formal. You don't need a classroom or a stage. Share what you learn in a conversation, write a post online, help your child with homework, or simply tell a friend something interesting you discovered. As the Roman philosopher Seneca said, "While we teach, we learn." So, from now on, whenever you learn something, don't keep it to yourself. Pass it on, because every time you teach, your brain becomes more alive, more connected, more youthful. We've come to the end of our journey together, but really, this is just the beginning. Think about what we've explored. In Step 1, we learned how small daily habits, movement, nourishing food, quality sleep, learning, and laughter can protect and energize your brain. In Step 2, we discovered the profound power of human connection, real conversations, thought-provoking friends, communities, and the gift of empathy. In Step 3, we built brain habits that last: gratitude, brain breaks, authentic conversations, and games that sharpen the mind. And in Step 4, we embraced curiosity and the joy of teaching, because learning doesn't have an age limit, and teaching deepens our wisdom. 14 tips, 4 steps, all simple, science-backed, and deeply human. None of them require money, fame, or privilege. They only require presence, intention, and a little courage to choose growth over stagnation. And here's the truth. Keeping your brain young isn't about denying the years or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about living with a mind that is flexible, curious, loving, and alive. Your age is written on your skin, but your youth is written in your spirit. George Bernard Shaw once said, "We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing." So keep playing, keep laughing, keep learning, keep loving, because your brain is not just an organ. It is your lifelong companion, your most loyal friend, your greatest gift. Care for it, and it will carry you into a life of clarity, creativity, and joy. And if you're wondering, where do I start? Start small. Pick just one tip from today. Take a walk, drink a glass of water, call a friend, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Whatever it is, do it today, because every small step compounds into a brighter tomorrow. Remember, life is short, but your mind can grow forever. If this message touched your heart or gave you something to think about, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend who might need a little reminder today. Hit the like button if this inspired you. Leave a comment with the one tip you'll try first. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want more videos like this, filled with real, simple, inspiring content to help you grow, subscribe, and join our journey. Together, we can keep our brains sharp, our spirits kind, and our lives young. Thank you for spending this time with me. Stay curious, stay grateful, stay connected, and above all, always, always keep your brain young.